over right Nizal. We got to go over this, man. It's that Kundalini. A lot of people don't know what the Kundalini is, the Kundalini energy. And well, let me see. Something happened. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Wait. Oh, okay. On my Hatcher's family, it didn't go through. I'll share that. But if you could share this would be great. I just came from the doctor. Well, the research doctor. See, y'all, let me show you. And they've been researching, on the genetics and stuff with the kidneys and the heart and all the stuff I've been through. I've been a research guinea pig for years, and I choose to do this. So the doctor today was telling me, like, he said he don't know what kind of research they doing or if they even doing research on the chemical thing. So he didn't say too much, but he did say it's just a big mess. So you figure that out from within. If a doctor, a research doctor, is telling me that, whew, deep. But I'm gonna go over this because there is a healing in your body, and it's called the Kundalini, and it's all God. But because man, Hindu, all of that, they give us these names, but it is the power of God that's within you, and it lies in your spine, deep down in your spine. A lot of us don't know that. I know it because, and when it takes over, woo, when it takes over, it's powerful. And so that's what's in you. You always healed because, in the Bible, it does say that you're already healed. So when things like that happen, like I'm going to tell you from what's within, this is all coming from within, and this is for entertainment purposes out here on the without. So um when you have the when you have a cold, or when you have a fever, when you have mucus, all these things, all it is your body is protecting itself. The fever is the heating energy. That's power. Nothing that's foreign in your body can take that heat. That's the energy, the heat, the energy. And what they did, they reversed it to make us think, oh, I got a fever. And they immediately try to get that down because what it's doing is not allowing the foreign thing, substance, to come into your body. Now, this is coming from within. Now, you can check it yourself from within you and find out if it's the truth, because we must worship the power of God in spirit and in truth. Now, this is coming from within, the truth for me. So you research it within yourself, because the mucus is there to block the things from coming into you. It blocks it. The hair on the inside is to block, to stop all these particles to come from coming in. And with mucus, it gets stuck right there and it blows right out. And you look at it, don't be crazy. Just look at it, you'll see it's all toxic. So I'm saying that to lead up to this here. This is the big mama jama. And I'm telling you now, I've done this before. This ain't no joke. When you raise that Kundalini power from your spine, it's juice in your spine. That's all energy. And so now this is what has, let me get this right here. Okay, what is Kundalini energy? It's Kundalini. Kundalini is an energy that exists in everyone's body. You got it. It's sitting right there like this, just waiting. It's a snake, and it's waiting. It's waiting, waiting. And it's powerful too. But it does a lot for you inside. But when that thing come out like that, it feels so powerful. It feels so good that you be like, oh my goodness, what in the world? But I'm telling you, it's powerful. Now, Kundalini is an energy that exists in everyone's body. I'm taking this from KundaliniProblems.com. And this means that most people never feel it and never know it is even there. But in a very few people, perhaps 1 in 1,000, this energy becomes aroused, activated. This can be a happy event or it can be a scary and disruptive event, depending on whether you arouse your Kundalini on purpose or by accident. Because it's powerful. I know you've seen, now this is it too. When you've been in a car, because Kundalini's always there. That's God. It's always there, that power. And you're sitting there and you just drive, and all of a sudden somebody come in front of you and you do like that, and you don't even know what happened. That's it. Because it rises up and it rises. Now, the Sanskrit word Kundalini means coiled. So really it's like a snake. It lies. You never seen on the doctors thing, they have that snake around there. They know what's going on, but they want to give us their Kundalini, which is their toxic medicine and all of that stuff. So, but you have that power inside of you that it heals you. Now, Kundalini energy is not recognized by medical science, of course not, because it's the real power. And it's often little understood, even among teachers of yoga and meditative traditions. It is, however, mentioned extensively in the literature of yoga and Tantra, both Buddhist and Hindu. Because the word Kundalini has become widely used, many people, I believe, consider it to be metaphoric or legendary. This statement by Yoga Bhajan, for example, suggests a somewhat metaphoric view of Kundalini. Kundalini is the creative potential in the man. Kundalini Evolution and Enlightenment edited by John White, Paragon House, 1990, page 25. Yet those like me who have aroused their Kundalini cannot possibly consider it to be a metaphor. It is quite literal. This power, now I've done this before, and this power is a power that no man can explain. It's all dealing with that energy inside of you. It's spiritual. There is something like a snake that's within you, and it's at the base of your spine. Here's a story of Kundalini found at Hatha yoga literature, and as I have experienced it. Kundalini can be awakened or aroused, for it slumber at the base of your spine, as I stated, by intense meditation or intense breathing control practices. Now, when I did this, I was about to give the name, but when I did this for someone, and the healing, the healing through your hands, they call Reiki, which is the same power. I'm just giving you the man names. The Reiki. And when I was doing this, that Kundalini power came up. And it's like I was saying before, it was like, because it is powerful. And it actually healed the person from the chemical thing, from the chest and all of that stuff. You can do this yourself. But I'm telling you, that's what it was. And I'm not giving the name because that's some personal stuff. So I'm just letting you know that it did happen. And my mom was there. They witnessed it. But it wasn't me. Because when it happened, I heard the voice of God within me said, do not put your hands on this person. So I didn't. I just did exactly what was said, and it came through. It was the power. It's nothing to do with me. Nothing. I do not take full control of nothing. I'm just a vessel. And that's what it means in the Bible when it says that. But a lot of people get out here, yeah, child, I know I can do that. And I. No, it is I, EYE, that's within you, not I. So I'm just letting you know that there is a power inside of you that you can actually lay your physical hand not on the person, but just like this, just like if this was you. If this was you, you could do this. And that energy, and you focus. And all of a sudden, that Kundalini energy power would just take over and heal, because it's putting the energy that we're stopped up and forcing it to work. And you can do that. Your body heals itself. So, and as I stated about the story, it says Hatha yoga and Tantra yoga in their tradition form are designed to arouse Kundalini so that the practitioner can use the tremendous energy, which would be myself, a practitioner, other spiritual practice. The yoga literature cautions the yoga practitioner, however, that he or she must undergo extensive preparation before attempting to arouse his or her kundalini. Otherwise, it can cause trouble. Because you got to know what you know. You got to have been meditating. You have to study this, study who you are, study your body, study the power that's within you, and it works. The yoga and yogini who successfully and safely arouse their kundalini gain a great ally of their spiritual journey. The ally is an energy, a vitality that smooths the path, that makes the steep slopes easier to climb, and that acts like a sword to cut through inertia and conditioning. In short, Kundalini can change you quickly. It can advance your spiritual aspiration. Moreover, according to authors of some and tantras, ancient writings arouse Kundalini, in essence, to a yogin practitioner of yoga, male or female, attaining complete liberation in this modern distract age called Kali Yuga. And it says here, I disagree, preferring the metaphor of many paths ascending to the top of that mountain. Yet comprehensive yoga that incorporates Kundalini arouses certainly offers a well-charted and well-worn path for the serious seeker. Now, this is real. I'm telling you, this Kundalini power is something. So the human body, according to Hatha and Tantra yoga, contains energetic barriers to the premature arousal of Kundalini. In other words, Kundalini remains dormant. It's there. It's inside of you until one is ready for it, and until one purposely arouse it. Sometimes the persons. So Kundalini is there because it works every day, every night, every time you sleep. It does everything it's supposed to do, because that's the way the power of God the Father designed it. It's there to protect you. And so a lot of you have noticed, and I'm sure you're looking at me and you've noticed something going on, because everybody noticed. I noticed. I only can speak for me. But I know if you're looking at me and you're hearing this, you've noticed something. Kundalini experience is manageable and not disruptive. Other times it can be scary for a person because they may experience sensations or movement that are unlike anything that have felt before. Now, when I've done this, it does make you move. You know, you move like, you ever seen people that's in church and they don't even know what it is. And you seen people, they be doing like that. That's the Kundalini, because that energy, it moves and it's there, and I don't know what it's doing, but it does protect. So when you see that, it's nothing to play with. So whoever's, they say it's the Holy Ghost and all of that, you better know what's going on. And by studying your body, study yourself, because it says study to show thyself approved. So you study yourself to show yourself approved, not to show other people. It's to show yourself, so you'll know what's going on within your body, because the church is right here. It's within you. That's the house. Unattended Kundalini arousal can occasionally be embarrassing, and yes, it can be, because sometimes I remember when I was at a job and it just started. I was like, oh goodness, and start moving, because you get so full, because it's something you got to do. So I would go in the bathroom because, and it's not, I wouldn't say embarrassing for me. It's just that people wouldn't know what in the world. And then people would shoot you or something. They think you're going crazy. And they'll lock you up too, because, just because. So you have to protect yourself, as well as the Kundalini power will protect you. So if anything does occur, you just go to yourself. Go in your secret closet, inside and literally. Now, and it can be mildly to severely disruptive, even disabling. I have found several reactions to be extremely rare. The most famous case of severe reaction is that of Gospi Krishna, described in his book, Living with Leukemia. living with Kundalini. What are some of the symptoms of disruptive Kundalini? Disruptive Kundalini causes an array of symptoms, which may include insomnia. So if you have that, that's the Kundalini. Or waking in the night, panic attacks, involuntary movement like shaking, twitching, arm waving, head tipping back, rocking or bouncing, enhanced perception, such as in psychic phenomena, general body discomfort, the feeling that if you are relaxed when the energy comes, it will get bigger and bigger and overwhelm you, and inability to concentrate. For most people, Kundalini arousal is at times pleasurable, sometimes intensive. So through it is the other times disruptive. So if you're going through insomnia, I know a lot of people I've seen on Facebook, that's Kundalini because it's ready. So what you have to do is meditate. You calm it down. And you can actually, when you meditate, you calm yourself down. And in your thoughts, you tell the Kundalini to go back in its place because you control it. It's your body. I know this may sound crazy to some people, but I'm telling you something to help yourself. This is all for entertainment purposes. I'm not a doctor. It's all the spiritual power from the Father. So if you're going through any of that, a lot of people I see, ooh, I got insomnia. Insomnia. Just relax, meditate. You can listen to Deborah King. You can Google her or go through YouTube. Deborah King. That lady, man. So you go and you just meditate. And then as you meditate, you get deep within yourself. And through your thoughts, you calm that Kundalini down because it will work. And it's working to protect you because it's ready. It's ready for you. It's right there. That's the power of God. It's right there, right there, right there, right there. And so that energy, you just got to calm it down so you can it's trying to wake you up so you can prepare yourself for what's happening so it can show you how to move. So what you have to do is start studying Kundalini energy. Start meditating and go to Duck, Duck, Go because that's where you're going to get the truth. Duck, Duck, Go. That's a search engine. That's and it's a privacy search engine. Now, let's see. And it says here, let me see 1 second. Here we go. And I hope you all are paying attention to this because this is some serious stuff. And you got to know about this so you'll be able to protect your house. What causes disrupted Kundalini? The experiences in some people, simple meditation techniques, chanting mantras, power sounds, basic breathing, practice, or sitting in a presence of a powerful teacher can be activate Kundalini. Because when you're around people and they've connected and you always see somebody looking at you, that's the inner them. They're not looking at you, but it's the inner them looking because they know who you are. And so sometimes you'll see people, they'll look at you and do like that, and you catch them because that inner being knows the being that's in you. And then sometimes it's good. Sometimes dogs will not deal with you because they have a sensitive power of their senses. And if they see some evil stuff, some low frequency stuff, they will bark like crazy to warn you. And then if you let them go, they might attack. So you have to be aware of these things. So with the Kundalini, you'll see in people, they'll look. And sometimes that lower frequency will look because they know you can cast that out of them. You have the power to do that. And you may not even know it. But when you see people do that and look away, it could be good or it could be bad. But if it's good, it's going to want to connect and say, hey, how you doing? If it's bad and they don't say anything and they look away like that, something's getting ready to attempt to go down. So you be aware. That's what I'm saying. Because that's what the power of God does. And okay, now I'm going to get a little deep. Okay. In the presence of the powerful teachers, can activate Kundalini prematurely. So can sexual orgasms, ecstatic religious experiences, trance dancing, and psychotic drugs. Although these later stimulators of Kundalini generally don't result in a sustained arousal, that is, the energy becomes naturally dormant again after. So, when you're having an orgasm, that's Kundalini power. And on the outside, that's what they call it. But on the inside, that feeling you feel, that's the Kundalini. Now just imagine that all the time. You can't handle it. So and that power is powerful. That's why the power of God that's within us, you can't have a long orgasm because man can't take it. So when you're in the spirit, that's how you're going to feel. And your spirit will be able to take it because that's where it comes from. But the man won't be able to take it. Woman, man, it's all one. That's what I'm saying. So all will not be able to take it out here. But on the inside, when that power takes over for you to do some healing, that's how you're going to feel. But the power is going to take control, and you'll feel that energy, but it won't be what you feel on the outside when you're having an orgasm, because you're not on the outside then. You're within. I hope you understand that. So that's what goes on. So that healing takes over, and the power does the work, not the man, because no man has seen God and lived. So no man can go through that. It's the power. So you just relinquish yourself to the power of God. That's through meditation, because you have to trust that. If you trust the power of God, then you'll do it. If you're trusting out here, then you'll never be able to do it because you're trusting in man. Now, that's a little deep. Now, the experience ends, and therefore these stimulators don't usually lead to a problem. The theory that explains the disruptive nature of premature Kundalini arousal is the Tantra yoga theory of subtle body energy. The Kundalini, when awakened, moves from your caucus, where it resides. That's down in the bottom base of your spine, where it resides at the base of your spine, upward. When it encounters barriers, it flows, it moves through the chakras, it goes through your spine. Okay, because remember, that's the cross. All the power is in the cross. And when you stand up, that's what you're dealing with, the cross. That's the cross. Let me make sure you still can see. Okay, you still can see me. So I'm just letting you know. Now, let me see. I don't know if y'all can see me, but let me see. You see me? Wait a minute. Let me flip this. I just want to show you so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, when you stand up, move all this in here. Now, when you stand up like this, I'm just going to do this, and you stand up like that. I know you can't see my feet, but that's the cross. This is the crown, and your feet together, and then they nailed with all this mess going on. That's the nailing, okay? With all this stuff that's going on is the nailing. But you rise every day. So that power of the Kundalini spirit inside of you, it rises, and it sits there. It's sitting there now. And it would tell you what to do. Because when you're afraid, all of that, it connects with the soul, all of that stuff. All of that is inside of you because water is life. Whew, that's deep. So I'm just letting you know this because we need this right now. And I've been through it with my son. That's how I got through all of this stuff, from listening to, I was hearing a voice that I only could hear. Nobody else could hear it, but it spoke to me, and it wasn't in the way that I'm talking, but I could give it to you the way that I'm talking because I heard the way that I'm talking, but it wasn't the way that I'm talking because it was something that didn't exist, that wasn't really there, but it was there. Now, who can do that? Power. So that's what happened. And so when you listen to that, that's going to guide you. So you make your decisions about whatever you need to do. Nobody can make decisions for you. Listen to the power that's within you, which is connected to the soul, to all of that stuff, the water, the light, the Kundalini power of God, the power, the energy, all of that force. Now, the movement are typically in the results of Kundalini arousal. The movement are typically in the pelvis and leg, in the mid back, and in the neck and head. Okay? Let me see that. The movements are typically in the pelvis and leg, in the mid back, and in the neck and head. These are the three locations of the safety gates called in Sanskrit Granthis, knots, that protects the system from unimpeded Kundalini flow. Traditional Tantra and Hatha yoga teach and elaborate programs of practice that alter this situation. They prepare the yogins, practitioners of yoga, body for the powerful energies that it will need to carry. Then other practices opens the gates while simultaneously stimulating the Kundalini to flow upward in the yoga spine. In traditional full curriculum Hatha yoga and Tantra yoga systems, the activation of Kundalini without such preparation is considered unsafe and unhelpful for one's spiritual journey. So when you arouse Kundalini before your system is mature, you will likely find it leads to difficulties. Basically, you got to learn yourself. You got to know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, then you're going to get what's on the outside, because the Kundalini is on the inside. Okay. Now, disruptive and distressing phenomena that results from Kundalini arousal can be treated by returning the Kundalini to its dormancy. That's what I said. You control it. If you feel something going on and you like, what the world? You go inside and tell that Kundalini, go back into the base where it belongs for right now, because you're not ready. That's it. I've had to do that because that, whoa, is powerful. And I know that I had control of it. So, because it's in me. So, and you. Now, that is making an, okay, now it says here, and I'm taking this from, make sure, KundaliniProblems.com. You can look that up. It's Kundalini, Kundalini problems.com. Look it up. So you can actually know this, because you need this to fight. And you ain't got to fight with your hands. You go inside and let the power fight for you. That's it. Now, I have found that a number of practices work reliably to achieve this goal. If you choose to seek help, well, this is saying for them, but it's saying that if you go to that site, I'm just going to read what it's saying here, that they will, if you choose to seek help, then they will meet privately with you at least 3 sessions, but usually 5 to 10. The first session is mostly an interview so that they can understand. Now, I could do that, but I just don't, when you deal with people, especially people child, they've been into child, he did this, and because see, they don't understand that it's not about me. It's about you. It's the intertwining of the power of God working together for the good, for the call according to your purpose. Okay, the same work out here is good for the calling according to God, to their purpose. So this is for you. So you get to know you and the real you, what's going on inside of you. What is going on with you? The first session also enables you to learn about the perspective of your problem and the interventions they can offer. The next sessions are lessons in practice that you will use to reduce the disruptive energy flow in your body. You would take home with you notes, because see, everything is in words and it's in your thoughts. So your thoughts is what heals you. Connected to the power, connected to Kundalini, connected to God, connected to Jesus, connected to the light that's within you. That's it. And this teaches you, like, and in also bipolar disorder, better treated with it says here, let me read this. This helps to determine if Kundalini is the likely cause of your disturbance or if you may be in something else. Bipolar disorder, for example, can produce similar symptoms to premature Kundalini arousal. So a lot of people have these different things going on, and it's because the Kundalini, some kind of way you have aroused the Kundalini. So if you're going through anything, meditate and tell the Kundalini to go back in its rightful place. That's all you have to do because you control it. So if you have mental illnesses, if you have all of these things that man say it is, then you can tell the Kundalini to go back into its place because it's there to protect you, but it's ready to work for you. But you got to get to know who you are before it can work. And you know what I'm saying? So it works like that. So if you're having any of these issues, make sure you do that. And it says in this particular site's opinion, let's see, in this, okay, bipolar disorder is better treated with medication and psychiatric care than with yoga therapy. Yoga therapy does offer substantial help to people who have accidentally aroused their kundalini and wish to understand what is happening to them and wish to be relieved of its unpleasant side effects. Yoga therapy is also helpful to people who want to utilize kundalini positive benefits. So if you're going through that, it's just that some kind of way you've activated the Kundalini because it's creative. Like a lot of people that are in the mental institutions are really creative beings. I put myself in there one time because I didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, okay, y'all gonna have to help me. And I'm not afraid to say it. Who cares? I don't care what people say. I knew what was going on with me. And so when I went in there, and I've said this before, this one lady, she said, it is up to you. She said, if I punch you in your face right now, it is up to you to punch me back. And when she said that, it freed me because I knew it was all about me, what I decide to do. So I'm saying that to let you know that if you're going through any experiences, I mean, it's great to go to the medical doctor, and also you can do it yourself by practicing and getting to know who you are. Because like when my doctor told me, he said, whatever you got going on between you and your God, that's between y'all. He said, I've, they told, he told me that I have exalted his education because I had some kind of disease that they call glomerulonephritis. And it was only like maybe 2 people in the world that had it. And then it became 3 because people were, it wasn't this big thing that everybody has. And so that makes you swell up for over 200 pounds of fluid. I went through all of that. Then the light came in and this light disappeared and got all the fluid out of me. It was just a lot of stuff going on. Maybe I activated the Kundalini and didn't know what the world I was doing. I don't know. But I can tell you that you got to know your body. And when the doctor said, you need to know, your body will tell you what you need. It's, before we've always, I'm going to the doctor, I'm going to the doctor, I'm going to the doctor. Go to the doctor, but know what you're getting into when you go. Don't go unaware, go aware. Like I went today. And I'm not going to let people put stuff in me that I don't know what it's about. I'm going to have to research and find out. When they give these little names, I'm going to have to go to DuckDuckGo, look it up, do this. Okay, so that goes that. Da 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 da. Who is this person? Where they come from? What's their background? I mean, it's a lot of stuff you got to know before you put anything inside of this, because if it doesn't agree, your body just gonna spit it right back out. You're gonna be going to the bathroom, diarrhea. You're gonna be throwing up, vomiting. You're gonna be passing gas, toxic coming out. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen because your body will reject it. So it's not that you're sick. It's just that your body is saying, hell no, this ain't happening. And, and you got to respect that. So if you want to do this, man, I'm going to tell you this guy that you can contact. You can go to RAVI, and I don't even know this man. I'm just telling you this because if it can help you, I don't care about no money, because I know money is just a piece of paper. The real money is the energy, because if I have the energy to go out and do something, I can go do it and make the money. So, and I have the energy to say donate so I can help the special need kids. So y'all donate because it's going back. And check out the site too. I had someone that donated their time that's helping me at They Can't Talk But We Can. And that's They Can't Talk But We Can.org. and the Rahn Anthony music site, the new site that he's done. I appreciate it. It's all in energy. So this guy, you can check him out. And he says 60 minutes is $110, but it's up to you. But it says RAVIDYKEMA.com. And you can tell him I sent you. He don't know me, but he'll know that I trust in what he's doing, because the power of God is using him to display this for all of us. Okay. So if you got those type of issues, you might want to give him a holler, because that can help you get through what you're going through, because the Kundalini power is there, and it is there to help you and to help me. And all of us don't know everything, but what we do know, now we're going to get to some stuff, and I'm gonna get out of here. Always recognize that power, because that power will help you when someone is doing something to you. You'll be able to see it before it comes and just get away from them. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to handle the things that people are saying about you and get away from them. You'll be able to handle someone killing your kids and be able to stand through it. Like me, you'll be able to handle if someone raped somebody or killed somebody, because the power of God that's within you, the Kundalini power, is going to sustain. It's going to help you get through it. You just got to know yourself. So get back to knowing who you are. Let's go back home right here, because we've been away from home. I had to come back home because I was scared. I'm telling you, not scared, scared. I'm telling you, I was scared out here, man. And you have to go home within. Go back to the mother and the fathers. Go back to the ones that the ancestors that will lead you, that were here, one that built this country, what we have, this continent that we have out here. Go back to them and stop these. You can stop these people, the scammers calling. See, they calling right now. Sometimes I mess with them though, but but you don't, just like now, I know people right now, they calling me, Lord, I don't know what to do. Mama, ignore them. Who cares? That's what I'm saying. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But when you put that stuff in, then you start to care. I don't care if they call, because they can't do anything unless I give them the right. Anything you do it. Okay? You can volunteer. and sometimes you volunteer and you don't even know it. So you got to watch everything. You got to watch inside and outside. You got to pray on the outside, and you got to talk to the power of God through your thoughts on the inside. It's prayer out here, talking to the power through the thoughts. Like, you could say something right now. I won't know what you're saying, but the thoughts will know, and you send that stuff like right back. Because if somebody come at you with some noise, through your thoughts, just smile and be sending it right back to them. Say, all right, thank you. And then you've sent everything back. You don't have to say, I'm sending this back to you, because that's going to start something on the outside. So when somebody come up to you and they're talking or saying something or arguing with you, you just smile and say, oh man, don't worry about it. Because anything you say out here, you can say it and be nice with it. But on the inside, they don't know what you're saying. And that's what matters. So just for instance, if somebody was coming up to me and saying, yeah, you said such and such and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Instead of saying in your thoughts, whatever you want to say that's going to help them, not to use witchcraft, but to help them. You can help them. You don't have to say it out to them. You can tell them to get away from you in your thoughts, and they will go, because you could speak to that spirit that's within them and still talk to them and say, oh, I didn't say that, or something like that. But if you get back with them, it's going to spark up something. See what I'm saying? So you got to be multitask. You got to say something good out here, say something to get them away from you, and pray for them on the inside with your thoughts, and everything will be peaceful. The reason why we don't know if it's peaceful, because we never tried it. Because you have power in your thoughts. You can think this thing through. You can. Even with bills. We don't know who's going to come in. You could be saying, oh my goodness. A lot of people, Lord, I got to pay this. Oh, Lord. But really, you could be saying, oh, in your thoughts, I thank you for paying this, Father. I thank you, because I didn't have, in your thoughts. And God, I thank you for sending such and such. You don't have to give a name. And after a while, you get a knock at the door, or you'll get a check in the mail, or see, those are the things that are powerful. And somebody may come and say, oh, I just want the child, the Lord told me to give you this. It works like that. I've heard people say that. I've heard my brother-in-law say that. I just went somewhere and somebody just gave me $500. So instead of talking about him, I was like, well, how you do that? I want to know, and so he pretty much helped me with that by saying you speak it, through your thoughts, and you can have whatever you say, you can have it as long as it's through your thoughts and you mean it, and you can't be playing to my, okay, I'm gonna do this. But you got to know first, you got to see that it's already there in your thoughts. Then it'll come to you because you attract it. Okay, so make sure you do these things that's going to help. And when somebody does something bad to you, just help them in your thoughts because they don't know what they're doing. Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Remember that? That's what it's talking about. So within your thoughts, even with a lot of people going to hate it, even with whatever happened with R. Kelly, I wasn't there. I don't know. Pray for the brother from within because we've all been through some things. We've been accused, actually, some things we've done. So we can't sit here and put that energy on, yeah, get that so and so, blah, 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 blah. We don't know. If I was there, like I could tell you, I was there with the Kundalini. So I know what happened. And I can tell you, I can witness to it. So I'm saying that about all of this stuff that's going on. We don't know, but I tell you what, we can go from within and we can protect ourselves and we can still pray for them because R. Kelly, Melanie Pickens, Kathy Dorn Durden, those two women are the ones that did this to my child, and he's not here. They're still God's child, the power of God. So you let the power of God do this to them, whatever he wants. It could be freedom for them. You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Because just because that happened to my son doesn't mean that it happened. Let me say that again. Just because that happened, that's what I saw. Actually, I wasn't even there. But because of what other people have said happened, it happened for them and they seen it. So I went with that. And so, but the real one that knows is the power of God that knows. And when we leave here, we get up again. So I didn't have the time to be mad. I do want them to go through what they have to go through out here because it happened out here. But on the inside, I want them to be healed from what they've done because they can continue to keep doing it to somebody else. But in this body on the outside, the FBI, whoever supposed it, they need to handle what they need to handle because it did happen according to the truth of what other people have witnessed. So that's what I'm saying. We still can love, joy, peace, kindness, but if you do something, then you got to pay for it out here. And we still love you, still pray for you, all of that from within. Because if you have the power of God with you, you're going to love regardless of what happened. And that's why I had people mad at me because I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. And I wasn't showing that I cared and all of that. That's the Kundalini power. That's helping me to not kill somebody. You see what I'm saying? To not go after them and stalk them like I thought that I was going to do. But the thoughts came down because you got to cast a lot of the thoughts away. So I'm just telling you. So the Kundalini power helped me. So all the ones that was doing all that talking about me, that's what helped. The Kundalini power of God. So if you still think that, then you need to research it so it can help you. So you can stop doing the things that you're doing. Because I thought about it just like everybody else thought. But the power in me, I chose to go with God's power. Okay? Heal these people. Heal all the people that knew about it and didn't do anything. Okay? Make them pay out here, but heal them inside. That's it. That's all. So that's all I want to say for you today is about the Kundalini power and how you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. So with the chemicals, whatever you do, you did it. Just remember that. Whatever you decide to do, you did it. And you can't blame no one else. You can't blame the people that made the chemicals. You can't blame nobody else because it is your choice to do whatever you want to do. That's it. And the only thing that I suggest that you do right now is get to know you. All right. This is Rahn Anthony. Thank you. I appreciate you for listening. Please share this video. Everything that I've said is coming from within. It has nothing to do with this flesh. And a lot of things I said was for entertainment purposes because it did happen to me. So that canceled everything. That canceled the Facebook stuff. That canceled all of that because I'm not here to tear somebody down. I'm here to lift you up because I was torn down and the Kundalini power of God lifted me up. And I stand here today. I may have a big scar down my chest from the open heart surgery, but I'm here. All right. This is Rahn Anthony. Thank you. And check out my music. I am free. I like to thank I'm going to be working on an album with this one particular person, and I'll let you know. I'll actually bring him on the show. But I really appreciate you all. Thank you. Don't forget, donate for the special need kids. They can't talk, but we can.org, or you can donate right here. I will give it right back to the special need kids so that we can continue to do what we're doing for them and for the elderly. All right. Love you. Until tomorrow.